folks, and welcome to another evening of streaming for Torchlight Frontiers. Yesterday I think I was about to do the Hybrid Frontier on my Railmaster before I quit so maybe let's just do that, but just to be sure I'll quickly check. Okay, so basically we did Hybrid Frontier last night before I walked out, so now we just need to do Goblin Frontier on this dude before moving on to the Dusk Mage. I spent most of my day today on Titan Quest, offline, off stream, doing all the quests and kinda gotten near the end of Ragnarok. So maybe, hopefully by the time I start streaming Titan Quest later on, may not be today, might be tomorrow, I would be done with Ragnarok and with the normal difficulty, so I can do some streaming on Epic. But tonight, probably I'll just stream some Torchlight Frontiers, 2-3 hours or so. We'll see how it goes. First things first, let's put on my goblin gear. Okay, this seems about right. We also need to collect one relic weapon and start crafting another one. I think the weapon core is in the mage, so I might have to switch quickly to the mage just so I can start crafting. I've also got some sugar candies. While I'm eating those, until they dissolve, I'll avoid talking much. just the general stuff.
I'm sure
Just
I've
3
got
candies
something.
left, so I just have to bear with it.
Good luck on your travels.
Yeah, let me quickly go and start the... Oh man, playing Titan Quest on the very fast speed mode kinda spoiled me. Now this seems extremely slow to me, the movement speed and everything. Oh, I forgot to check if this weapon... Yeah. Oh, nice. It's the correct frontier. Perfect. What I'll do now, on this mage, while I'm on the character, I'll do something like this. And maybe I can level up this when I'm doing high vit. On the other... So, okay, back to the Railmaster and let's do some Goblin Frontier map. Okay, since we're ready, let's go ahead and start. Map 1, the streak says 1, I suppose. Just double checking, yeah, the streak is at number 1 at the moment. And that's a decent start, I can do some goblin bowling on this map, my favorite activity in the game. Although before I do anything I need to quickly switch off the arc launch to avoid any glitches with the CPU. Okay, I'm ready. So it's pretty exciting, few days left until update. Such a nice update. I didn't anticipate the release of this hero as much as I anticipated this update 6 that's coming on Tuesday.
exhausted. Your endurance is low. You're feeling tired.
Let's gather some trees.
Not enough endurance.
Is it just me, or does it seem like my character is walking really slow this time?
Your endurance is running low.
Let's do some rail hammer game.
You need more endurance. Your endurance decreases.
Okay, HP shrine. Let's quickly check for some more. I don't know why. Maybe because I played another game where the speed was fast. It seems really slow. The movement speed of my character when he's not with the speed, but the game really could use a movement speed mod on boots, like most other games have such an option on the mods on boots and stuff. Let's use my relic. That's a true ghost train. And let's keep moving. Yeah, this hero seems a bit slow now. Sorry for saying it so much, but just I'm not sure if it's just me or if something happened.
Your endurance is decreasing.
Okay, my varic weapon's ready again. Interesting. So not a bad start for the day with a village to village.
You are exhausted.
Should I swap to a staff for a bit? At least my attack speed could be fast now. Well, let's try and get those with one hit. Well, I couldn't get all of them, but got enough. Oh, I'm using the wrong potions. I'll switch after this. Oh, I don't have the correct potions. Oh, okay. Let's try like this so I can have a free potion slot for potions to start drop. So I think I missed this part here on the south.
Your endurance is low.
the moment my actual pet was distracting me. He wanted to play a bit, so I just gave him a quick hint with the playing.
You need more endurance.
Okay, I'm gonna use my relic weapon.
You feel tired.
There are also double health monsters on this map, so they're dying twice as well. Which in a way explains.
You're exhausted.
Okay, finally I got those potions I wanted to. Come on. If it wasn't double HP, he would have been dead by this one thing. Dynamite.
Your endurance is running low.
Oh, I forgot that there's two more groups of goblins in those raised huts. Let's kill them as well, because they also have chance of dropping stuff. And then we can focus on the boss once all the odds are dealt.
Your endurance is low.
Okay. Well, they have been dealt with, but a new wave. For a second there I thought I was gonna accidentally enter my portal. No, not my portal, the map's portal. Okay, let's do this.
Increased map streak, 2.
Starting map number. If you're wondering what this is the streak of a game I'm calling Legendary Roulette. Just an easy way for me to follow how many maps I. Those are the rules of the game I'm playing, Legendary Roulette. I'm not sure why they didn't show up. Let me try and restart my bot.
Legendary Roulette is a mini-game where the goal is to run maps in each frontier until I get a legendary drop. Once I do, I change frontiers. When I get a drop from each frontier I change characters.
next map right away.
Your endurance is decreasing. Not enough endurance.
Oh boy.
Near death. Not enough endurance.
Okay. Didn't notice there was a, a chest attacking me from the back.
You need more endurance. You feel tired. You are exhausted.
I'm wondering if tomorrow maybe I could
Your pet has returned.
pull up all that information about the different skills we saw from the official update 6 and try and make some builds. Just thought the last time I tried to
Endurance.
pull out my browser source on stream, it didn't want to show up. So I'm not sure how to do that. I tried multiple different options like capturing window and capturing browser display and all that, and I simply couldn't, but I'll try again later. Tomorrow maybe I can do one stream dedicated to making some builds ahead of the launch. I already made one ahead of the, not launch but the update. Kind of made one build roughly.
Your health is low.
the Dark Spear's Holy Fury combo with Consecration, Luminous, and a bit of Energy Spike to
Your endurance
charge
is
up
decreasing.
the White Magic Park for Holy Charge. So I could try and think of something to do with Spirit Well. Oh, we're gonna be doing the undead boss now after this stage. Didn't even notice I was doing the crypt map. I thought I was doing the excavation map. Let's try and put that undead shield to good. This shield is kind of everything I need when I'm doing an undead map. You can see almost 6k on the defense. Whereas my other ones are like 3k and 2k and stuff like that. Because I'm using mixed.
Your endurance is low.
Those treasure chests also are physical, but are not undead. I'm wondering if it would be possible for streaming services someday to have an option to record the microphone audio separately, so that later when a viewer wants to watch a recording of a stream, to decide whether they want to include in their output, whether they want to listen to the microphone recordings or just the gameplay. Might be a fun thing to do for streaming services. Like while recording the stream, we're sending in different channels the audio and the mic audio, like the desktop audio and the mic audio.
You need more endurance.
So if there's a way to just separately record them and then just mute mic audio while watching a stream, that might be pretty nice.
Your endurance is
For
low.
people who just want to see gameplay without the commentary.
You need more endurance.
I quickly need to check if my audio is okay. So after this fight, maybe that one skeleton there as well.
Endurance is decreasing.
I'll quickly check how loud my microphone audio is. Let me quickly go on. What, maybe on mixer? How loud my microphone audio is. Let me quickly go on. What, maybe on mixer? How loud?
Not enough endurance.
Okay, I did some spells, now some voice. Soon, but might take a while. I missed it. Shit, let's try again. I just wanna see. I missed it.
You feel
Shit,
tired.
let's try again. To make sure my mic is not too loud. I missed it. To make sure my mic is not too loud. Okay, I think it's good now. I had to increase my audio, my desktop audio a bit. When I play Titan Quest, it's I tone it down a bit.
Not enough endurance. You're exhausted.
Oh, double health map. That explains why they're not dying so quickly.
Your endurance is low. You feel tired.
Okay, let's try and kill this boss. I mean, we don't even need to try, we're gonna kill it. But first, his pets need to die. His summons. Interesting, usually there's more from that hole there. Maybe there's gonna be more than one kill. Okay, the regular number there, just 2 on that side. And usually there's 2 or 3 here as well.
You're feeling tired.
Okay, map streak
Increased map streak, 3.
Junkity junk. So, does my pet need to go and sell? Yes, he does. In the meantime, we need to start our next map. Let's give it some time to wait. In the meantime, I'm reading out and tap the different synergy bonuses for the Dusk Mage from the different skills. Okay, this loaded up.
Your pet is back.
So this Radiant Blast skill, which I can't show now because I'm on the mage, that knocks back targets around you, could fit well in a Dark Spells Holy Fury build, just to keep them away from you when they surround you. As a last resort
Item
skill,
crafting is complete.
but the whole idea would be to not even let them get to you with stacking the double movements. Debuff. Okay, that was a fast vote, and again a double HP map, and again an undead map, upper grip.
You are exhausted.
Okay, let's bounce some train. wonder if I should try and rush through the map. It's better, I think, to just kill everything on my way.
You are exhausted. You're hurt.
Okay, this one's done. Should we try and snipe this guy there? Let's try and snipe him. Ah, he moved. Game's trolling me. There's something like an invisible wall here. Look, can't move forward. You have to go around. It's probably because the floor is kind of broken there.
You need more endurance.
Come on, my pet, do some damage, pet. There we go, that's what we're talking about. You see this big burst of damage. It's all my pet's job to do. How is my crit chance? Oh, it's glitched. It's showing 15, but it's 15 only from those. It's not counting those 14.5. Now it's the way it should be, 29. No wonder I wasn't critting. As for this thing here, there should have been a passage to go there. Probably not this. Oh, finally on Tuesday I wouldn't need to bother about my crit chance glitching.
You need more endurance.
And yeah, tomorrow guys, I'll try and add all the different passive synergies between the skills in a document and link this document in my stream. And I mean not link it, but show it on the screen, like capture the screen. And I can try and make some builds. I already made one the other day while I was playing. I just made one
You are exhausted.
variation of Holy Fury Dark Spears Consecration build with Luminous Run and Energy Spear, Energy Spike. But maybe we can add into that build somewhere. We can add Radiant Blast. It's also possible to take some skills, because 100 skill points means that you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want even, you can do something like this, 5 skills, even 6 skills. Maxed out to level 12. And you're still gonna have like 18 points left, I think, or something like that.
Endurance is running low.
Oh no, not 18. My bad. Not 18. Actually, no, it is 18. It is
Not
18,
enough
I believe.
endurance.
Something like that. I'm bad with maths, but you're still gonna have some spare points which you can put in skills just to use for the passive bonuses to other skills. So So I'm assuming many people would put stuff in holy and unholy both.
You feel
I know I will. Just for that extra damage. So for a Holy Fury build, you probably wouldn't need that much levels in the skill that gives bonus to dark skills, but you would need points in the skill that gives bonuses to the white.
not enough endurance.
If you're planning on using the Holy Fury as main damage dealer. If you're planning on using like Energy Spike as a main damage dealer and Holy Fury kind of as a supportive skill for bosses, that's also a nice option. I'll try to make some tomorrow. Just more detailed explanations and everything, just to have it on paper. Yeah, doing this map twice in a row, it's kinda boring, but not much I can do. Also, did we do... yeah, we did streaks, so that's map number 3 for today, for this frontier, for this guy. Last night I finished the Hybrid frontier on this guy for the legendary roulette, so after I'm done with this streak, regardless how much it would take, I'm gonna play some Dusk Mage and then I can properly tinker with some builds. But I'm really happy regarding what they did with Spirit Well. They made it for a build that people would only use just for fun, to a build that's actually really viable. Skill that's really viable build-wise. Due to that short downtime in between the skills. And if you consider the increased duration per minion bonus that you're gonna get for leveling up the skill, you could almost get it to eliminate the cooldown downtime.
You're exhausted.
Maybe not the whole cooldown downtime, but maybe 1/4 or 1/2 of it. So instead of 4 seconds, it could be 1 or 2 or 3 seconds. I doubt we can get it to 1 second, but 2 or 3 seconds might seem
Your endurance is
reasonable.
low.
Also, I've been giving this link a lot in my stream. But if you're interested in regards to what those skills would look like, only the Railmaster flamethrower and the what's it called, the shotgun car, they're not listed there because this is a note document. But you can just kind of read what the synergies are from here. As far as I remember on the stream, that was it. Just you can see the exact numbers on the recording of the official stream on the /play Torchlight Twitch channel. The recording from... was it Tuesday the 14th? It could have been Tuesday the 14th when they did that stream. I'm not sure, might have been Thursday. In any case, you see it says update 6 adept spot.
You feel tired.
And that's and it says like update 6 adept spot preview or something like that. I might get the video for you, the video link after this map, if you want to watch a recording of this stream if you haven't watched it.
You're feeling tired.
I'll make sure to make some screenshots and copy and crop out all the different synergies from that video. like screenshot them, crop them, put them into a single image file, and then I can probably show this image file in my stream tomorrow while I'm tinkering with some ideas. I haven't played much with Forged, so probably won't tinker much with the Forged ideas, but I'll give it a go, because it seems fun to try making something with the Forged. I know once the update hits I will be leveling my Forge, so if you've been waiting to see someone play that, I'll be able to comply. Okay, another one of those useless swords, maybe a better bonus this time than yesterday. It is an upgrade to what I got yesterday, but it's also a downgrade. I don't know. This one has health on killing a Hived, but it also has two amazing bonuses for a great sword, crit chance and attack speed. This one has an amazing bonus of poison damage for 5 seconds. The relic weapon duration isn't that bad, although you need big groups of enemies, probably like Pillage Village Great of density or Hived map density. But the 36 health on kill is mediocre. Cause the thing is, it's not as bad as health on killing a Hived because it works on goblins and Hived. So it's pretty decent, it's not so bad. But that's like the 4th version of this weapon I've gotten, maybe the 5th version. And then there's like I posted on Reddit 2 systems about like suggestions for systems of what to do with legendaries that we don't need. And I'm not sure if the person who responded with some comments even played this game or only watched streaming videos. But he said that legendaries are legendaries and it's better not to be able to reroll their mods. But he probably didn't know that two exact same legendaries with completely different mods. Not a single repeating mod on both. So yeah, why not be able to reroll? I don't see a reason why not to. I mean, if it's like that, what's it called? I can't show it now, but I have a sword that gives 2 times bog chance. This seems like an actual legendary that has specific unique stats that only it has and another item doesn't have. So I'm assuming if there is a reroll system, make sure that such legendaries cannot be rerolled. I would be totally fine with that. But the general legendaries that are basically a blue item with a bit of extra mods, like one extra mod, I don't see a reason why not reroll those. And also reroll blue items. It would be amazing if I can reroll like some blue shoulders for my Hived Frontier, because I'm still using on my Hived Frontier, I'm using green shoulders, and I've gotten like 5 or 6 already blue shoulders with physical defense, which obviously I don't need for either Frontier yet. Okay, let's send the pet to sell. And yeah, if anyone wants to see what I'm talking about, I could give you some links. this is it. So my idea was basically, as you can see here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Firewalker covers. And out of those 8 Firewalker covers, there's just a few that give a chance to block, but they're like low level, level 39 here per se. And there's this one, level 50, but it's Goblin Frontier, and this is for my mage. Actually, I've been keeping that there. But imagine someone having 5 or 3 of those, and being able to put them, because he doesn't have block chance 1 and wants block chance, or maybe he wants HP, but doesn't have one that gives HP. So why not allow them to put those in some sort of transmute machine and sacrifice 3 or 5 or however is decided, so that he can get a new random exact item. Or maybe just put another example. I've got many shields and I don't need physical defense, I don't need undead defense. Let's say I already have a good one with either, so just put a mixture of those, hoping to get a goblin or heavy defense. So put 3 random shields, not the exact ones every item, but a mixture. Like put 3 or 5, and then get a random shield with a chance to be something different than the ones I've already placed there. So this is a good system. Same with those great swords. Look at those. 5 of the same item. So that's what I'm talking about, and I don't see why having such a system would be bad. I'm not talking about right now in the alpha, because there's pressing matters, more pressing matters to be done, like heroes, frontiers, quests, contract system upgrades, relic weapon system rework, and so on. Pet skills, etc, etc. This I understand. But yeah, if you guys have any opinions regarding what you think about those 2 suggestions and why you think so, I wouldn't mind having a discussion about it. The other system I suggested was the Diablo 3 style rerolling. So basically sacrifice, like salvage an item, get something out of it, like a blue core or an orange core depending on the item, and then use that blue core or orange core to reroll blue or orange items. As simple as that. In a Diablo 3 style reroll, where once you click the change mod or reroll or whatever button, you get a selection of 3 mods that could replace your current mod that you want to eliminate. And if you don't like either of those options, try again with, of course, having to pay another blue or orange core depending on the item rarity, until you find something that you want from that selection of 3 or 4 mods that are given to you upon rerolling. I think it's an amazing way to handle mod rerolling. They even used that kind of system in Save the World, which was pretty decent in a looter shooter game.
You're exhausted.
Because RNG is RNG. You may never get what you're trying to farm for in months. Whereas someone could get the exact same thing you're trying to farm on their first time of dropping that specific item. So having some ways of mitigating the randomness after hours and hours of gameplay would be pretty nice, so you can at least know you're working towards a goal, towards a specific build you want. And they've added more skills, so being able to reroll for mods that modify those skills would be pretty nice. Like, I want to make a Holy Fury oriented build, so I need dark skills, dark spears and Holy Fury related mods. But let's say I'm not getting any, but I'm getting tons of other stuff, and that's just an example, that's not an actual case now. And I'm getting tons of other stuff that I don't need, but I'd like to reroll one of those items to something that gives me bonuses to Holy Fury or Dark Spears or whatever else someone may need for their build. Or someone wants some items for Luminous One, for example.
You are exhausted.
So there is nothing wrong in having a reroll system, or having a system that allows you to at least sacrifice or salvage or whatever the legendary in order to get new ones, like a gamble system. I mean, the gamble system is the worst idea of the two, and if I were to prefer a system between my two suggestions, it would be the reroll system.
You need more endurance.
And it would actually be nice to use the skill stations for this, because they're now currently just decorations. So this would allow us to use the different stations to craft different items. It could be a new station for this, a new crafting station, but I don't see why not put the skill stations to good use and add the transmutation options there, or the reroll options. And since the skill stations are locked for each class,
You need more
just
endurance.
make it have the exact same function, just being locked to the class that you're playing, that it's for. So if you're a mage and you want to reroll or transmute, just use your mage skill station. And since it's not called skill station, it's just called Arcanum or so on, depending on the. That doesn't mean it has to be related to skill related things right now, once update 6 hits us. So they're killing 2 rabbits with 1 bullet that way. And yeah, I know probably
Your endurance is
if I were to bring that up to someone of the staff, they would say, oh no, there's too many other things to do. And as I said, I understand that. It's alpha, so there's more pressing matters. But by the end of the year, I'm assuming there's gonna be beta, if not launch.
not enough endurance.
So I don't see why not add this when winter starts coming close, or autumn is about to end, something like that.
Your endurance is decreasing.
Oh, nice. Okay, this was a weird glitch. Had to backtrack to get unstuck from it. It's as if I entered a different dimension for a moment.
Your endurance is running low.
monsters. Tomrim, Word of Slime. Okay, Word of Slime.
Your endurance is low.
Really loving the music right now. Reminds me of Diablo 2 Act 1, I think.
Not enough endurance.
It's now changed, but this little string moment earlier.
Not enough endurance. Your pet has returned.
Okay, let's go up there. I also
Increased
forgot
map
to
streak,
update the map
4.
streak to number 4. So yeah, this is map number 4.
Your endurance is low.
Oh, legendary. Oh, actually, I got the great sword. I should have done it, and that's actually what I needed finally. Crit chance, goblin, shoulder. Nice, and my crit chance again is glitched. So the actual crit chance is 31, 5.7, 11.3, and the 14.5 from my passive skill. This one I'll just get rid of. I really don't need it now. And I need to
Decreased map streak, 1.
Okay, let's do this. So we're back to map streak 1. Next is the Dusk Mage. A bit of gameplay with the Dusk Mage.
You need more endurance.
Let's do the Hybrid Frontier first on the Mage and then maybe Goblin Frontier afterward. I'll try to keep the stream running for longer, but kinda getting tired of all the grinding, all the farming for long hours. It's just boring solo. So if any viewers want to team up, even if it's not on level 50 maps, I'd rather do that, because it's more fun playing with someone else than just solo grinding all the time. And it's, yeah, there's no public matchmaking, so it's a bit difficult to find random people to play with unless you start spamming Discord or start spamming the Bobo chat in the town. Because there is no random dungeon to add matchmaking for. You only have those map works, and in order to go to those you have to open a portal. If there is matchmaking the same way Diablo 3 handles it, that might be a very clever idea. I mean, I know many people who are playing this game are not fans of Diablo 3, and for their own reasons. I have my own as well. To both not like and to like Diablo 3, so I know it has its pluses and minuses. But one of its pluses is the system that puts players together in a game, depending on the activity that was selected. So if people want to do map works, end game map works, like they select map works, then they do start game or start queuing, and then it puts them in a team with other people who have entered into the same queue. That would be pretty nice. I'll actually make this as a suggestion. For now, it's really far from people needing such a thing, besides maybe just for maps. But for anything else, people really don't need queuing. Maybe for leveling, questing, like story mode, for each separate frontier. But that's kind of it, select story mode and then select frontier and queue in this. But it can't know how far each player has gotten, so that's kind of not the best thing. Whereas if it's queuing for random team, for map works, and having options, one of the frontiers, the second, or both frontiers. So either frontier, goblin, or hive it. Those three options. That would be pretty decent and neat.
Your endurance is low.
Okay, this dude's dead. Oh, my pet is dead as well. So I'll have to be the one doing.
Your endurance is decreasing.
Okay, the ads started spawning. Let's get rid of them first. Okay, got that dude. So, character select. Now we're gonna play some Dusk Mage. And since I was playing Goblin on this dude, let's play Hive it on the Dusk Mage. Change of scenery and change of playstyle. 2 in 1. Anything to sell? Just a bit of junk.
I'm sure I've got something you need.
So yeah, random matchmaking just to put people together in a mapworks oriented group would be nice. With other people who queued for the same frontier or for both frontiers. And again, this is not something an alpha needs, but surely an open beta would need something like this when there's gonna be a lot of people. Although the alpha would be the one that would benefit from this the most, because there won't be currently there aren't many people playing the game. When the game gets fooded by an open beta or a launch phase, it would be easy to find people to play with. Because there's gonna be a lot of people spamming chat and so on, a lot of people on the Discord. But currently the only option to find a team is either buddy up with a friend or try finding someone in the Discord channel, or stay in the city and spam for a few minutes until someone joins. So if you have an option to queue up for a party, to matchmake you with other people who joined the exact same queue, it would be nice. Just an option to select Goblin Frontier, Hybrid Frontier, or either of those, like random. So which frontier are we doing? Hybrid. I think we've got our Hybrid setup at the moment. I don't have Radiant Blast to try it out now. Let me do my normal build. My regular build. Let's go back to the way it was. Change this for this. And what was my number one? Oh yeah, Holy Boat. Okay, here we go, hive it. Let's Bay, new level 0, okay. So be it, new level 0. Just a second, I'm gonna take off my hood. Okay, I'm ready. So yeah, this is gonna be pretty cheap. With this hero, it's always pretty cheap.
You don't have enough mana.
Unholy Bolt, my current point blank boss melter. It really melts bosses, even without stacking the Unholy Charge.
You need more mana. Not enough mana.
Okay, Bane level. Let's get this bane leveled up. Which frontier was that? This is actually the high video. Really looking forward to when they add the passive skills of the bane. Oh, let's first this. Really melted. This reminded me I needed to pick up something for the pet from my warehouse. I hope I remember to do so. Oh, a legendary right away. Well, it's not the the little stat I was the other day, but eventually it will drop. As long as I'm getting the legendary. So the map streak would stay 0. After this I'm changing to Goblin Frontier. On this character. Okay, and energy regen. So we can spam as much as we want to now. Not that with this build, with this current item set that I'm using, I can't spam. If you want to be able to spam as much as I do, without needing this shrine of, just get a good focus item and keep your white unholy holy charge, I mean, pardon me. So yeah, keep holy charge up, get a good focus, and you should be more than fine. That you need something with 2 times mana again, like this one gives me 63%. You should be okay with 50% altogether from the bonuses of your focus item mana. Another shrine. So this skill would be a big holy charge builder once update 6 hits us. At the moment it's the most efficient way to build this bar, but once the update hits it's gonna be even better to put stuff inside this skill. Because leveling this skill would help you build this bar even with other skills faster. So even Dark Spears and Unholy Bolt would be building this pretty fast, as well as the Spirit Web. So even if you decide not to use Energy Spike in your build, if you want to keep your mana up most of the time, you would definitely need to put some levels into Energy Spike. So we gotta change our gear and go into the Goblin front. The map streak is staying 1. I mean, it's supposed to be 0 now because we got an item, but it will be 1 once we enter the. Let's collect, start crafting. Time to swap some items. And this reminded me, I needed to take something from this warehouse. 10.5 chance to block. It's not so bad. Might be better than what I'm using now. I'm not seeing anything else with chance to block that is better. This has 9.4, maybe I could use this actually. Yeah, let's do this. Let's go. I would really like to eventually see some buffs, party buffs on the pet. Like a defensive buff of increased block chance or increased defense in general. Although I would prefer block chance if it would be a defensive buff. Maybe increased block chance for 15 seconds, cooldown 30 seconds, something like that. Or cooldown 45 seconds. Seems pretty balanced to use only on boss fights, and it will make you play more pet safe, trying to keep the pet alive, so that it's there for the boss fights. Well, since we're losing the passive crit chance, maybe get a pet buff for crit chance for the whole team. Again, like 15-second duration, 45 or 30 seconds cooldown. Reasonable cooldown. At least that's what it seems to me. If it's 2 or 3 times the duration for such a buff. Save it for bosses and tough fight. Let's see, what other skills would be nice on a pet? An AoE stun would be nice. But that would be good for once they hit us with updates. When the pet would have a dedicated attack button. Maybe pet skills that only affect the pet, like if you send him to a defensive mode, get him to increase his block chance but do not attack it. Like 20 or 25 increased block chance, but be entirely passive, just tank and following you without attacking anything. This would be a good mode to make sure you're keeping him alive. And if there's buffs that he can cast without attacking, this would be the mode, like a support pet. Blocking and buffing the team without attacking at all. So you're gonna be losing on DPS because the pet currently does way more damage than me. So you might want to sacrifice this damage in order to get some buffs or to keep the pet alive. what many people would enjoy would be movement speed.
Not enough
Regardless of the game, people always enjoy movement speed. A party movement speed build. Okay, this is not a bad drop. I mean, it's not something amazing, but it's pretty nice for when they fix the attack speed on the staffs. Currently, if everyone would prefer a staff over this thing, even when you have like 30% attack speed gloves and the 60% from here, even with that, like a 90% attack speed, when you remove the gloves and equip a staff, it will still attack faster. So yeah, once they fix staffs, this would be an amazing blade to keep. The Dwarven Motor Blade. Already have one or two of those. But hey, having some more variety and different frontiers of this item is always nice. Especially if you manage to drop it as a life bound. That would be even better. For a moment this seemed like a orange beam. And I was like, okay, come on map. 2 in a row, really? Hey, can't say I haven't gotten 3 legendaries in one map, so RNG is RNG. Come on, pet, finish him off. And not in the dirty way. Okay, regain shrine. Here let's keep running. The Lone Ranger. He actually was a ranger. Okay, spawn killing them. Let's trigger that spawn from that hut and get. Are we close to the boss room? Oh yeah, we are. Already see the icon on my radar or wherever.
You need mana.
I accidentally used my consecration there. Mispressed number 2. So now the question is, should I keep playing the mage or follow the rules and switch to a Railmaster? I only got to do one Hivit and one Goblin map on this guy before getting the legendary item I wanted. Oh, not the one I wanted, just any legendary item.
Your friend has fled.
So kind of feels at the same time good, but kind of wanted to play more Dusk Mage. But it's the rules of the game, so I have to change to my Railmaster after this map. So here, let me wait for my consecration. I don't have my pet now. I really wish he didn't die before the boss, but I won't wait for the pet. I will wait, however, for consecration for a burst. Oh, it's not wide vault. Never mind. I should have just entered straight away. I thought it was wide. Someone wrote to me on Discord. I'll quickly check it after this boss fight. I always kill the ads. I've gotten blue items from those ads few times, and if you kill the boss, there isn't a chance to get that unless you spawn the mobs. Okay, let's see now. Okay, character select. Let's switch to the Railmaster. And let me check who wrote to me over Discord while it's loading. So on Discord they're asking me how they're sending the keys. Maybe it's one of you guys watching. Anyways, if it's one of you watching, or whether it's not one of you watching, I'll still say there's currently an ongoing competition on Twitter, on the official Torchlight Frontiers. Why can't I tell? Okay, I can't teleport. The game is trolling. Just a second, the game is reloading. I need to quickly restart my game, and just give me a moment. In the meantime, I'll tell So okay, the game is loading. In the meantime, being asked on Discord about how they send the invitations, I'll say what I told this guy. You either get an email sent to the email that you registered your account, your Arc account for the beta, and it says that you've been granted access. The other ways you can get keys are giveaways and contests. Currently in the official Torchlight Frontiers Twitter, there should be a contest for creating a fort in a Fort Planner 2. So there's one option, and the other option is currently there's an official giveaway. So a message from a moderator on the Discord, I'll quote it. This is what they said there's a clean giveaway going on. And yeah, I'm not related to this giveaway, I'm just providing the info because this dude reminded me on the Discord channel that people might be interested about. Okay, so let's see, can I go to my fort finally? I can. Let's stream for another maybe half an hour until midnight my time. I really don't feel like playing this game too much now. Getting burned out pretty quickly if I play it for longer hours. So I just still want to keep it fresh, still have some stuff to grind. If I keep playing as I did like a few weeks ago, I was streaming for many hours, like for 8-7 hours. Oh, Freakazoid, interesting nickname. Hello man, welcome to the stream. How are you doing this evening? Or day, if you're from a different time zone. There's also a contest on the official Twitter.
At struck_TLF. Struck_TLF is on Twitter at null, Twitter usage for usage.
Oh, my bad, I needed to make I wanted to link not my Twitter but the Twitter of Torchlight. I'll remember to add a comment that links the official Play Torchlight Twitter. So there's a contest currently going on. You can win alpha keys. I'm not associated with this content. I'm not sponsored by Torchlight as well. I just wanna get people to have chances to win keys for the alpha. And there's a contest going on in the Twitter channel, the official Twitter channel, that is basically to create a fort via a tool that one of the community members of the Discord created. And you can use that tool, you can create a fort, save a screenshot of it and send it to the Twitter channel. I'm not sure if it didn't end, but probably it's still going. If it ended, then apologies for this, but I haven't checked the exact dates for the contest. In the meantime, let's do some Hybrid Frontier maps on this guy, because we haven't today. So let me quickly change some items, like this thing, and this thing, and those shoulders would surely be a nice change, and this shield. So we've got enough defense, 5000 poison, 6000 high hit. Damage wise we're not so shabby. If I need some damage I can always do that. Losing defense, gaining DPS and so. Let's start. Did I open a map already? I don't think so. Let's do this. So, let's see. Should I play a bit with the train? You guys wanna see me play with the train a bit? With the train build. Oh, a ghost train. Wow, double ghost train. To the sky. A noxious map, not a bad start.
Need more endurance.
Blocking like crazy with this shield now. How much block chance do I have? Like 36%, not bad. Oh, that's because I'm using this. And I don't think I need counter poison, it's not a toxic map. So yeah, using a bit of extra damage would...
Not enough endurance.
I also probably should do this. More damage, less block chance, less defense. But this map isn't a difficult one like a toxic map. And I even use my relic weapon every now and then. Okay, we got some elites. Let's engage.
Endurance is running low.
Let's get them to spawn up and group them up here in the middle. It's pure joy when you get them to group up and then use ghost. guy survived my spin swipe. The hammer spin. Yesterday I somehow freezed out a decent rhyme about this guy, but I forgot what it was. I have to watch my stream from yesterday to see exactly what the rhyme was.
You need more endurance.
I'm gonna get them to spawn again. And I'll hide in this corner here. And start the train.
Your endurance is low.
The Hivit Express. All the way from Goptown to Hivit Cap.
Your endurance is decreasing.
No stops in between. Let's go. The boss is here, so maybe let's go there first and finish up with the boss. After this map I probably can do one or two more. I don't think I'll feel like doing more maps after that. Oh, this guy's gonna be a runner. So I'll get him on my way back, honestly. There's not much he can do about it. I'll be back for it.
Endurance.
I will play some Titan Quest after this, but I won't be streaming it until I get to Epic or maybe Legendary. It's really boring the first few levels. I don't think it's much use to streaming it. I'm also doing a lot of poses for food and stuff
Endurance is decreasing.
while playing it because I can pose. But next week I'll be probably already at Legendary in Titan Quest, so I can stream some endgame grinding and farming for better. Yesterday I got my ass kicked quite a few times by this Typhoon boss. I had to change my build around, make it more damage oriented instead of pet oriented for a moment.
More exhausted.
Although I'm seeing some good potential for a druid build in Titan Quest.
You are exhausted.
Especially with the skill that removes the monster's defensive ability. On the nymph and the one next to the nymph, that's an AoE around the player. Both seem pretty decent to have in a druid's arsenal of skills. So I've been playing Ragnarok campaign and Act 4 today for a few hours.
Not enough endurance.
So I'm getting there. Once I get to Elite it might probably go smoother, because I'll spend some time farming some bosses without doing quests, so I can get some startup gear for Elite.
Your endurance is low. defense is low. You feel tired.
I'm also thinking of eventually maybe trying out the Grim Dawn second expansion, but that's in the near future.
At Steve Steele 2000 is now following.
Steve Steel 2000, thank you for the mixer follow, dude. I'm nearly at the end of my stream. I'll probably do 2 more maps after this one, but I'll try to keep the train going for now, for at least those 2 maps. And welcome to the Struck Club, dude. Nice to meet you. So, let's start crafting the next map. Again, infested forest. And let's go into the next map. Just gonna give my pet some stuff to sell. Just quickly swapping those around so anything I collect would go up there. Maybe for those 2 maps I can implement the train car just to make things more different. I usually am not a big fan of the current way the train car is, with just the mortar and shield car, but with the flamethrower and the shotgun car, a full train build would be pretty neat to play.
How is this game thus far?
Thus far the game is shaping up. It's shaping up in a good direction, but there's still a lot of stuff to be added. It's in early alpha phase at the moment, so it's pretty early to judge it, to say that it's good or bad, because many things would change. Like on Tuesday we're getting an update that's getting rid of passive skills. It's getting rid of skill points dropping from monsters, and the current system where you have to buy skills to learn them from a skill station. And it's getting changed for a system that is a talent tree, like a Diablo style, Diablo 2 style, or Torchlight 2 style, or a Borderlands 2 style way of learning skills, spending skill points on skills in 2 different skill trees in order to unlock some skills further down the tree, further down in the tier. So this is a massive change for the whole skill system coming on Tuesday, May 21st. So this is just a simple example of things that are hashtag alpha things. Many systems might change. What we have now is not set in stone. So I'm hearing rumors about the relic weapon system getting changed. Currently the endgame content is not really challenging. I'm saying that just honestly. As you can see, I can just breeze through the content. Yeah, sometimes I would die, but that's gonna be mostly because I'm just distracted. This is monsters with double HP, so the damage I'm doing is dealt to monsters that have twice the HP that they normally do. I really hope that they make the bosses of the game more difficult, more challenging, more rewarding as well, but more challenging than they are at the moment. Currently the end game is mostly doing those maps. Map works. You craft them from a craft station and then you just use them from your inventory. It summons a portal, you enter the portal and then you're in a map. So this is currently the end game, or not end game because there's no actual end to that game, but the max level activity. So The wood system is not bad, it's decent. It does need some tweaks here and there to make it more quality of life oriented. Because there's a lot of RNG. Like you can get just a perfect example in my inventory. Two same legendaries with completely different mods on them. You can see how this one has attack speed, crit chance and health on killing Hivit. Hivit are the monsters in this zone, the insects. And this one has health on kill regardless of the monster type, poison over time and relic weapon duration on kill. So a system where we can maybe salvage legendary items and blue items to get some materials that we use to reroll the mods would be nice, or a system where we just sacrifice items to be able to reroll for a new item of the same type or item of the same archetype. Like either 3 dead spades to get a new dead spade, or 5 dead spades to get a new dead spade, or 3 or 5 great swords regardless of what type, just the same rarity to get a new one random of the same type, like new great sword or a new staff. So I've made such suggestions on Reddit the other day, because I really believe this game with its current RNGness, if you wanna min max, like if you are like me, what I want in my build is chest with physical damage and legs with physical damage. Those are the two only items that can give you physical damage. Shoulders, the only item that can give you crit chance or crit damage. So if you're very lucky you would have one that gives you both. Swords can give crit chance and crit damage, offhands can give you that too, but those only drop on mages. But I don't know why Railmasters can also use them. There is a sword that gives you block chance, so it's a neat legendary with a unique sword mod that only that legendary can get. So there are those special legendaries that are not your standard orange items, but have something specific to it, something that other legendaries don't. So if you want a more tanky build, you can go for this sword that gives you like let's say around 20 block chance. But the irony here is, and it's a big irony, like a capital E made of iron, that you really don't need tank builds in this game. You really don't have content challenging enough that would make it worthwhile using a build that's more defensive or tank oriented for like team play, where you have the damage dealer, you have someone with more party buffs. Like this thing is very good for team play. It debuffs the monsters to take extra 50% damage. And the Dusk Mage has a AoE that he places on the ground, or she. They place it on the ground and that makes people in it that are standing in the circle deal additional 50% damage. So with this and with Consecration, that's the name of the other skill, you can get 100% increased damage. And you don't have currently something to challenge you to make you pick a tank oriented build. Besides maybe some maps that are more difficult, like Toxic map mode, that might make me put on this shield just for extra defense. But that's kind of it, it would just make me put a shield instead of an offhand, or instead of using a two-hander. So I think I said a lot of stuff, but basically about the same thing. So let's see, what else can I say about the game, some constructive criticism in a way. I know they're working on a fourth class. It's a secret what the fourth class is. I can only tell you a code name, but the code name doesn't mean anything. It's codename Remora, but they've been naming all their characters with different fish code names. They're working on a new frontier, which, judging by the concept art released, would have probably some tank-like creatures, twice the size of humans, like automated machines called automatons, and it would, judging by some of the other concept art, it would have some flying bird, mechanical birds called Voltura, probably like Vulture but mechanical. So I'm assuming this would be from the same frontier, but just guesses, not confirming anything. So they're working on a fourth frontier, and they're also working on. Just my bad. They're working on a third frontier, and also we have a code name for the fourth frontier. So we know there's gonna be at least 4 frontiers by the time the game goes into beta or into launch phase. And we know that there's gonna be at least 4 heroes. So if they keep it up, adding new heroes, that would add some replayability. Currently only have 3 classes, and I don't see many people making 2 out of the same class, like leveling up the same class twice. So yeah, the replayability would be just min-maxing your gear. And this might take a while unless
Your endurance is low.
they add something to deal with the RNG, as I said. Like something to do with unnecessary legendaries, because eventually people would end up with stashes full of legendary items, nothing to do with them.
You feel tired.
But yeah, adding new characters, I think that's the way this game could grow and could keep things fresh. Adding new fun characters with awesome mechanics. They really seem gimmicky. Some people may not like it, that all the classes so far seem very unique. But that's kind of the thing that makes this game stand out to other ARPGs. The classes are really unique mechanic-wise compared to other games. Like the Forge has its heat
Your endurance is decreasing.
generation and dissipation. The Dark Mage has a balancing act between dark and white magic, charging the bar of one and charging the bar of the other for different buffs. This guy has the train, I'll show it. And this is something I've really not seen in any game, such a system, such type of a summoning.
You are exhausted.
And they're releasing a flamethrower car and a shotgun car. I have the mortar car. There is also a shield car, which isn't. And if they keep adding new classes and new frontiers, that would give people things to do. However, the new system would give us skill points for each frontier level. Currently 50 in one frontier, 50 in the other frontier. 100 levels together, 100 skill points altogether. They did say that they would eventually bring back some passive skills. So the best way to do this would be with the new frontier. 50 new skill points and make us just spend those on passive skills. Or active if we want, but that would be a nice way to give us some skill points to spend on the passives with the new frontier. Like when they decide it's time for frontier number 3, if they have some passive skills ready by then, that would be the perfect time to release them. But eventually that would be kind of like, I don't know, it's a double-bladed edge, making new frontiers all the time and giving us new skill points. Eventually they might have to stop giving us skill points for the new frontiers. Because builds would get pretty overpowered if you keep giving people skill points. And I don't mean overpowered like having powerful skills, because there's a limit of how many skills you can have in a build. But in a way, in a blog post they said they want to make people make different characters of the same class, like 2 Dusk Mages or 2 Forged. So if they want to do that, it won't fit well with this whole thing. And why is that? Because when you keep adding skill points, eventually people would end up maxing every single skill. Like, imagine adding 2 more frontiers, that's another 50 skill points. And that means not another 50, but another 50 plus 50, another 100 skill points. That's another 7.5 or 7 2/3 maxed out skill. Which isn't bad. I mean, okay, if they give us passives, that's gonna be nice, but they would have to make the content harder. They would really have to make the content harder. Just playing a bit of Titan Quest in easy mode today made me realize how difficult a boss fight could be and make you think. I mean, I'm not talking about making it as hard as some boss fights like and stuff in Path of Exile, because this game probably isn't that hardcore. But currently it's pretty easy to breeze through the content, even with blue gear and mixtures with blue and green gear. It is in a way a good thing that regardless what skills you pick, your build won't be complete trash. So it's giving us freedom of choice of what we want to put in our skills, like in our skill bar, in our build. This is one of the best things about the game, in my opinion. So if I want to play with the train, I'll play with it and I'll still be able to do the content. If I want to play without the train, maybe I won't be as powerful, but I'll still be able to complete every single type of boss monster, elite monster and everything. I might get killed a few times, but I'll still be able to complete it. And let's keep playing with this train for now. One more map. The same goes for the mage. If you wanna play with the beam build with Holy Fury.
You have any thoughts on Chaos Bane?
I haven't played it. I don't have money to buy it. It seems pretty neat. From trailers and stuff, it seems pretty neat. I'm really hoping the stuff is server bound, so people can't use trainers and cheating engines on it, because many ARPGs like Grim Dawn and like Wosen and stuff like that, people can use trainers and hacks in those games. And when you end up playing multiplayer with people who have just gimped their classes with some tools and running around on max speed and stuff like that, it's just I mean, I'm fine with those people playing single player, but when they go into a multiplayer match and ruin someone else's gameplay. So I'm really hoping that Chaos Bane is not one of those games. Like the Warhammer 40k by New Core was like that, and that was the reasons I stopped playing it, because I saw that you can use cheat engines and other stuff like that in the game. So in this game, Torchlight Frontiers per se, you can't, because most things are server-sided. So if you try to modify the memory, you'll probably get kicked out or something like that. Or nothing would happen, probably, it depends. But Chaos Bane, I would really like to try it. I mean, if I get a free key, free Steam key from some giveaway or something, I would surely install it and play it and stream it. I do like that whole universe. I spent my fair share of hours in Vermintide, so I do like the Warhammer fantasy universe. Another game that I stopped playing because of people being able to use cheat tables, exploits and stuff like that, Vermintide. It's an amazing game. It's got a good balance of difficulty and fun factor and wood chase. Awesome voiceovers. But yeah, many people can just oh, toxic map. Yeah, dude, hope I don't die here. This is one of the difficult maps. Yeah, Now what happened, I'll explain. The monsters sometimes spawn, but the textures of the monsters don't appear. So when the map is toxic, the monsters spawn those toxic pools underneath them. You see them now, some green toxic pools. And since I couldn't see the monsters or the toxic pools, I suddenly found myself dead.
You are exhausted.
Because yeah, when those textures are loading up, it's lagging when you take damage. And you take it a few seconds later in bulk. So I'll stay in this toxic field and just look at my HP go down. Now I have a shield that gives me defense, but if I remove that shield, just look at my HP go down now.
You
Oops.
are near death.
Ah fuck. And that's how you die. I got stuck. Okay, enough experimentation. Let's put the shield back on, so I don't die like this, and let's just put the train. But yeah, this is the map that would make me put a shield. Because this toxic is OP. But it's a good kind of OP. Just giving some extra hardness to the map. And this is probably the hardest mod on a high-bit frontier map. If you're a Path of Exile fan, then you would understand what I'm saying next. There is here in this game a thing called Phase Beast. Those are purple looking saber claw or cat creatures like tigers or something. When you kill those, they spawn a portal, a purple portal, that leads you into a map like the one I'm doing, or others like it. But instead of one map mod, it has 2 or 3 map mods. And stuff like +1 to item levels, or toxic plus double health, and stuff like that could be there. So 2 or 3 map mods. But this is so-called hardcore map, because if you die you respawn in the town, you can't return to it. Here you saw I respawned into the start. And this is like the Zana maps in Path of Exile. This is kind of the equal thing of meeting Zana. However, you can only meet those beasts in public zones. And on Tuesday, the patch that would hit us would make it the maximum level of the monsters in those zones level 30. Currently it's like 25. So it still won't be fun for a level 50 to spend time killing level 30 monsters that would give him level 30 items and no XP. So if you like level 45, you have no reason to be leveling there. But if you find such a map, the rewards would be great, because you could get some higher level items, you could get some decent XP. You could probably get increased wood chance. There's no transparency from the devs in regards to this. They are pretty transparent about other things in the game, but not regarding those phase beasts. Like, we don't know the stats of those maps that we get. How many percent gear work do we have in those? How many percent gold work and so on. I could probably write a suggestion to be able to see, like in Path of Exile, you can see the quantity and quality and XP gain on a map and stuff like that. So maybe if they add something like this for those phase beast maps, it would be nice. Because here, if I open a map from my inventory, I know what I'm going in. I know I'm using a 20 bonus gear work map, but when it's a phase beast, you have no idea what the map bonus is. So it's not like entirely like Path of Exile Zana, where you can select from a few different maps, but it's complete random what mods the map will get. And I'm assuming the more the mods, the more the gear work and gold work in the map is. But that's just an assumption.
Your endurance decreases.
And it's just such a nice system for endgame farming, but they missed the opportunity to to make us a public zone where we can get those beasts, or the option to spawn those beasts in normal mapworks maps, so you can have a mapception. Like do a normal map and have a chance in that map to encounter a phase beast, so you can finish the map and then return to the portal and do the phase beast map. Probably I know why they haven't added this yet.
You need more endurance.
The main reason why there aren't such beasts in the normal maps that we're doing is because they haven't figured out the code to be able to return. Because I'll show you now. Once I do this map, I will open another one inside it. I'll make a mapception, and you would see that I won't be able to return from my fort. There is something that says under construction over the portal. So if I were to finish this map, I kill the boss, and instead of going to my base, I open a new map inside this one. Then I finish that new map, it will spawn a portal like normally, but instead of fort it would say under construction. So I think they're still coding this thing to be able to do a mapception and still return to your base. The only way to return is rewogging, going to your character selection and selecting this character. So this would be something nice to be able to encounter those phase beasts in those maps. I'm not the best with this build with the train, that's why I usually don't play it, because I just don't like having to build the tracks all the time.
Enough endurance.
But with the flamethrower and shotgun, maybe it would change for me, and I'll feel more fun playing this build. It's still fun now, just not as fun as the AoE build I normally play. The AoE build I normally play, it's more like a typical AoE stun knockback character in an MMO, not in an ARPG, but more. It feels more like an MMO character, like Gladiator in Aeon and stuff. But the Railmaster is a very fun class, and I'm really hoping that it's getting more balanced in regards to the mage, because currently the mage is like, let's say, 20-25% better in terms of clearing speed, how fast a mage can clear packs of monsters compared to the Railmaster. With the update that's coming on Tuesday, I would tinker with some different builds and see how things change. I know the mage is getting very powerful, but I have no idea whether the monster HP is not changing. I'm assuming the monsters would get harder because every single class is getting stronger. And if the monster difficulty stays the same, it would make things even more trivial at the end. This is supposed to be end of map boss. My pet two-shot him. My pet, not me, but my pet.
You need more endurance.
So yeah, there's that. And sometimes those end of map bosses, compared to some legendary monsters or unique monsters or even elites that spawn in the map, they're just easier to kill. The elites in the map sometimes might take you, or let's say my pet would need 2 hits for this guy I just killed, but for some elites or legendaries or uniques they might need 3, 4, 5 hits from the pet that deals shit tons of damage. And I can probably kill one such thing with a couple of bursts on this guy, and on another on another legendary or elite monster of the same type with more HP and stuff, I would need 4 or 5 bursts or something. Especially if it's monster that has vigorous and health regen. So that means it has more HP, it has health regen, and if you combine it with a map that has double health, that means it's very difficult to kill it if you're like in your middle level. But the end of map boss would be easy. And now let me show you what I was talking about, the mapception, not being able to return to the town. Let's sell the pet, let's send the pet to sell stuff. And I'll open a new map here. I'll enter it. And now what I'll try to do, I will just try to enter the port to return to the. By the way, I also was told that Pagan Online feels like a mobile game. And I read something about recent updates to the game. I've never played it, I've never tried it. But I read about the recent update, so I'm not sure whether they're trying to improve it or it's still gonna feel like a mobile game. Okay, this is just the same thing as the previous map. The monsters' textures are still loading. So I'm being attacked. I can see I'm being attacked, but I can't see exactly from where. And my train is not showing up. I also heard about Last Epoch being one of those games where you can use cheat tables, trainers, stuff like that. So it seemed like the perfect game to target Path of Exile players, Last Epoch, but with this thing in it, being able to cheat and stuff, it really makes it more of a game to play in single player to avoid cheat.
Your endurance is running low.
Complete the playthrough, play some single player builds and heroes, and kind of play just with friends. I really would like to play it. It's one of my games on my list that I would like to play if I could. So what I was about to show you is this glitch,
Your pet has returned.
or maybe not glitch, just a future thing to be added in the game. Now I don't have an option to teleport to the town. I can't make a portal to. I can only make one to my fort. And this is a cooldown. Let me quickly try again. If I make a portal to my fort and enter, let's see what will happen. I haven't tried this in a while. Before, what used to happen is I just ended up in the same map or disconnected or something like that. If I can return to my fort, then that's pretty good news. That means I can do this mapception run sometime. Once I did a 10 tier mapception, like map inside a map inside a map and so on, like 10 different maps, all the way to level 9 inside. So this is fixed. This wasn't here a few updates ago, a few hotfixes ago. So that's good news. I don't know if I just got lucky now. But anyways, it's 14 minutes past midnight. And as I said, I was gonna play around until around midnight. I'm gonna stream more tomorrow. But thanks everyone for the follows, for the chats, for just being here in the stream and being part of the Struck Club. And see you next time guys, and have a lovely weekend.